Out. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Rubin's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
Here we can get a look at Oklahoma City, Kevin, and what kind of these last 10 games. Second in scoring, third in shooting percentage, and they also show up as a top 5 rebounding team.
And you talk about scoring. Tough to beat a team that can fill it up at all levels. Every time you get a bucket, they're coming right back at you with one of their own.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Cantor.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Nick Collison's checked in for Ibaka. Singler comes in for Kevin Durant. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Russell Westbrook. The drive by James. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. James has got 6 points.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark. And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
And here's Love from the arc. Great D that time from Collison. Cavs were one of the top teams in the East last year, and it was in large part to how strong they were at home.
Boy, did they shoot it well from beyond the arc at home, Kevin. I mean, top 3 in the league in terms of three-point shooting. It does help to have LeBron, doesn't it?
It does. That is a factor. Here's Singler to stop the run.
Yeah, but you have to like the mentality to get inside, even though they're struggling to finish.
Yeah, I love the mentality getting inside. I mean, they've been bottled up in there, but when you attack the paint, generally good things are going to happen for you.
And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
And that has been a huge problem for them here early in this game.
Well, that's the big reason for the deficit, Greg. I mean, they've had trouble squeezing the orange.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Ibaka's checked in.
And, you know, for the Cavs at home, they ended with 31 wins there. Second best record in the East in that regard. A lot of those wins actually came after the All-Star break.
And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City.
And how about the Cavs last season? 18 straight home wins for them. Third longest home win streak in their history. And that home winning streak helped them jump from the middle of the playoff pack to the 2 seed.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Collison. Durant comes in for Kyle Singler. Roberson, he's checked in for Waiters. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Augustine. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate.
And, you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games, and then 34-9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Mozgov. Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. Richard Jefferson, he's checked in for LeBron. And Mo Williams subbed in for Kyrie Irving. And then Durant with the jam.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Smith for 3. Cannot hit.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down a shot like that against that kind of defense.
A free-flowing. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And taking a look at the Cavaliers' performance here, what do you guys see?
And it's really about limiting their mistakes. And early on, they've been able to do that here in the first.
And, guys, I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways, and that's allowed them to widen that turnover margin.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. The rugged duo of Ibaka and Adams in the middle. Russell Westbrook out there with Andre Robertson. And it's Durant in at the small forward.
And, guys, the first year for David Blatt, he was second-guessed at every turn. And that happens when you are picked to make the finals, but also when you coach LeBron James.
A drive by Thompson. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two.
That's his first personal foul.
Well, it was a season last year of heartbreak and change for the Thunder, narrowly missing the playoffs as the Pelicans beat them out for that 8th position.
Yeah, and they were teetering back and forth on that 8th spot for most of the year. Ultimately, they just couldn't hold on to that final playoff spot.
And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there.
Guys, for the Thunder, that playoff miss was the first time they didn't make the postseason since their first year in Oklahoma. Fans have really been spoiled with how successful the Thunder have been of late.
That's good.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
Morrow, no good.
And the Western playoffs it seemed a bit of mist without having the Thunder involved. Westbrook, I tell you what, he did everything he could to try and carry that injured group into the postseason last year, but it just wasn't to be.
Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being, as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
And those midseason trades for the Cavs really turned things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot, gave this team an incredible edge defensively.
And Oklahoma City going with a whole new group out there. Here's Westbrook. One of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game.
Yeah, and you know, they built the roster to how they played best midseason. I mean, it was a great job, I think, by the front office to get the players that fit best into the locker room and into the team style of play. Whoa. Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend. Take it to the hoop.
And how, Clark? Brilliant throwdown.
Just exerting his authority on that play.
Thunder trailing by 5.
Boy, that's his second foul, and he does not want to pick up number 3 here. That'll mess your... game up for sure.
And Cleveland making a change here. Shumpert's checked in.
Iman Shumpert.
Jefferson again. It's Durant. Rebound by Williams. The Cavaliers leading by 5. And there's the call on Durant. That's foul number 2 for him. A different look now for Cleveland. Kevin Love's checked in for Verajah. James comes in for Richard Jefferson. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Mo Williams. Durant, the pass to Adams. Here's Ibaka. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists. Boy, he threw out some punishment with that 2-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
And that one's good. Westbrook.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
It's hauled in by Adams.
Fellas, that's exactly the job the big guy has to do for him. Contest every rebound.
And the Thunder had plenty of reason to be down last year because of the injuries. A big place that it hit them was on offense. They just were not the same absent mainly Kevin Durant.
The kick out to Westbrook. The second chance effort. And the rejection by Love. And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession. Zingler, he's checked in for Adams. So here's Westbrook. Outside Durant. Westbrook again serving. Westbrook, no good. The Cavaliers leading by 3. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on Kevin Durant.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
2 shots.
You know, the Cavs last season won a bunch of games, but they had to fight for a lot of them. They often would fall behind early or dig a big hole and have to fight their way out of it.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Cantor, he's checked in for Durant. Dion Waiters comes in for Roberson. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Russell Westbrook.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And the Thunder making a change here. Collison's out there. Cantor dishes to Collison. Stolen by Thompson. And James gets it to go on the assist by Irving. Now it's a 6-point Cleveland lead. And stolen by James. And that one's good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
The Cavaliers have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
Cleveland leading by 9. Inside. The kick out to Irving. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. 6 points for Kyrie Irving. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
You always want a player to have his head up and to be surveying the court, but not if that's going to be the result.
Gets it off. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And we finished one half of basketball. Cavaliers on top as they end the second quarter on a 15-6 run. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
Yeah, he was in attack mode from the word go. Came out very aggressively in that first half.
Take a look at his shot chart. It looks like the ink spilled right at the rim. No reason for him to settle for anything less.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
Yeah, created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been, and he's been very efficient so far.
The forwards are LeBron and Thompson. Lamont Shumpert is out there with Irving, and it's Love in at the center position. That's the group starting the second half for David Blatt.